Okay, we're getting back on the airplane motor here. It's been a while since I've been working on this. So I got done blasting the cylinders here, getting them all cleaned up. Put the spark plugs in there that go in there. Leak tested them. They don't leak, which would be the head gasket surface. I blasted everything in there and I honed the cylinder out, so as clean as you're going to get. These have some extremely hard cylinders. The hone does not want to hone it. So they're either chrome plated or they're heat treated pretty hard. So they don't want to do anything. So right now it's taking the motor here and knocking the dowel out. So I just took out the one. I brought the Harley frame down from the mountain so I could storage. So I can kind of see where the backbone of the frame is going to be at relative to the head, so I can get an idea how wide the motor is. Alright, so right now I got the dowel I just took out. It's in here. So I'm going to knock that out. So I can put the cylinder up on the case where it belongs and have it fit. So there's the dowel for the Evo case. Guess we can throw a pile of everything else over there. Pretty easy. It's a collet dowel pin puller. Pulls it with a collet. So, come in different sizes, obviously. So, replaceable. This is the wedge that collapses it onto it. That's the bolt. See how it's got on taper there? That's how it works. So, that's obviously a slide hammer, steel part. A nice long 7/16 bolt for the rest of the tool. And this is how you knock the collet free. Nice little kit. There's what it looks like. Pick it up from Goodson with a GA 600. Sure, it's almost free, like everything else around here. Almost free. As long as you consider free, a lot of zeros behind it. Alright. Plenty of room up there. Let's knock everything around until we can get back to it here. Okay, so now can't hold this exactly where it goes because I got spacers in here for now. Let's see, now I got some wood. I was up in the mountains, I got some wood. That helps. There, I got some 2x4s. Come in handy. The problem is the motor sticks through the bottom of the frame, so I had to put a spacer in here. It up high enough so it didn't rock. It sits on the bottom of the case instead of on the frame. So it didn't work too good. So now, should be able to do this. That. Now we're good. There's a couple bolts to drop in the holes. And we'll be able to line everything up where we need to be. So the bolts are over there. Right where I can get to them. Let's see here. 3/8 long. How long is long? I don't know. Longer than that probably. Oh yeah, way longer than that. Nope. Still longer than that. That's the real long ones now. washers and nuts later. Okay. A long one for the back. Look for that. Close enough. All right. Not exactly a perfect fit. There it goes. Hey, they all kind of fit. Okay. There's a case right there. Sliming all over the place. Okay, I've seen already we got a problem with this, but I'm thinking turn it sideways like that. I have to worry about falling off of that. Much better. Okay. Let's see, which one doesn't have the O-ring on it? This one. Alright. So there's our cylinder. Should sit flat now. Almost. Cylinder's got a big fillet in it for an O-ring, and the Harley case is straight cut, so it's made for a gasket. So I'd have to chamfer that out to get that to sit flat. Yeah, figures. Never ending issues. Let's start. Okay, now, so we got that there. Clean the table up. So obviously the tube comes up through here. Of course I don't have a tube. But, let's see, what do we got around here? It looks like a tube. Hammer. That looks like a perfect tube. Go about like that. Assuming that's square. I think we're going to have some clearance, a little extra clearance. So, until I get a real frame, this is close enough for mock-up. Obviously we're nowhere near hitting. And these ones over here go this other direction, so they stick way over here. So this one won't go all the way in because the cylinder right here is in the way. And I don't feel like cutting my cylinder all up. That's a little unstable, but it goes in. So your frame would come up through here, and obviously I think we got a lot of clearance there too. It would have to really come up a long ways to get in the way of that head. And the cylinder's way over right now. Now what I don't know is the overall height of this relative to what a real motor over there is, but we do have a motor right there. So of course that's a shovel head motor, not an Evo. We do have a frame. Giving it a little height. And so you can go like that and kind of guess where you're at, but in the real world you go like this. Center main. Actually I got this piece right here. Come right off the OD of that. And the clear with a rocker box would be about 15 inches, and Evo's taller, so about 15.5 inches. It'd be pretty close. This one over here, 15.5 inches. It puts you right about where the valve spring is. Obviously, you can be a little bit taller than Evo motor right now. So an aftermarket frame, it'll probably clear. So there you go. All right, I got some parts. I think there's some pistons in here, and this should be all the rocker arm stuff in that box. Let's see what we got in there and see what we got to play with. Don't know what's in here until you look. Not a piston. What is that? what that is. Some kind of a Harley part. Stock Harley casing here is what that is. That ain't gonna help us now. Garbage. Alright. This is the one we want. Pistons have not arrived yet. Hardware. Valve covers. And rocker arms and stands. Should be all the stuff at the top end. Okay, I thought these were aluminum. They're actually just tin. That's disappointing. I want an aluminum. Oh well. Get what you get, not what you want. Okay. Tell what brand they are. Lincoln Continental. These do not match up that direction. They go this way. Not very flat. Warped. Warpish. Alright, now we got a true height of what a motor would be. I didn't know what it was going to be until we got our rocker arms covers. Okay. Here's what that knucklehead's going to look like. It'll look like that. Knucklehead. So where's my tape measure now? Just under 16 inches. So that's about 1.5 inches taller than a shovel. Evil's at least a 1/2 inch taller than a shovel, at least. A 140 Ultimator is 5/8 taller than a regular Evo. So that puts me about 1/8 inch taller than a 140 Ultimate motor, I'm guessing. So, hard to tell. Obviously, I having parts here, I don't know. Now, one advantage is the frame would sit up high here. So if it was clear, if it's coming across here, you actually can be closer than what the cover is. And these might be able to be modified slightly, I don't know, to make more clearance. Who knows? But it's just a matter of where the frame is. But obviously, it looks like the frame comes up through here. So it looks like we're going to clear that a little bit. So it might only be right here, which is going to gain us some clearance. So that might help us a little bit. Alright, that's what they look like. So now, get these other parts here. This is all the hardware. This is the rocker arms and shelves. And I think there's a front and a rear, or an intake and exhaust, but I'm not sure. Put this thing down and see better what we're doing. So all of this is unknown because I've never done it before. All I know is these will not fit the big motor over there. And I want to see what the rocker ratio is. I think it's a little bit more than 1:1, but I'm not sure. But now that I have one in my hand, I can check rocker geometry, or rocker ratio. Okay, So if we take our little handy dandy tool right here, come out the outside of that to the inside of there, zero that sucker out, going to about where the center of the ball is, about there I think. And I go over this direction here, and look at that, we have more than 1 to 1, because the tip's way over here, 260. So you got 1 1/4 or 1, my center of my mark over here, 280 almost. So 1 280 versus 1. So let's see what that works out to be in. So if you take 1.2, 1.280 divided by 1, that's 1/280, dumbass. How do you get rocker? 1/280 divided by, I think it's in, I just did. It's 1 divided by 1.28. 781. Going backwards. Trying to think how you do this. I don't remember. Oh, lack of sleep. Maybe the rocker ratio is 0.280, 1.28. I think that's what it is, 1.28, 1.25, 1.28. Yeah, because 1 is 1/4 inch more than 1. Yeah, I think that works. 1.28, 1.250. Either way, it's way more than we want. The cams I wanted to use were 780, 790, 790 lift. My number divided by 1.28 equals 617 thou lift. That ain't too bad, is it? About 620 lift. I can live with that. Good. That means I don't have to buy custom rocker arms. And these look like they're adequate strength for my application. Now, is there an intake and exhaust, or are they all the same? It looked like one was offset, but I couldn't tell. So let's get down here and take a look-see and see what we got down here to play with. Need a hammer around here. Hopefully there's a big bag full of stuff here, so hopefully there's at least 1 of each, or 2 of each, if they're different. Okay, so the washers or shims in here too, it looks like. Must be shim on the inflay or something, I guess. Yeah, these are different widths, so thick and thin for sure. Okay, let's see what we got here. Washer on there. There's a number right there, real fine number. Okay, let's see what we got here. I guess the easiest way to tell is put on a flat surface and see if there's a difference. So, right now, we got about a little bit more than that side there. And it looks like a little more than that side there, so that looks like it's even. I see no difference. This one here looks identical. Especially when you get rid of the shim. No different. This one here looks the same. They all look the same to me. Yeah. I'm not seeing a difference here. So either these are all one side or there are no differences. So it takes 6 to a motor, 2, 4, 6. I got 8 here. So if it all came out of the same motor, you'd think there'd be some differences. Okay, they all look the same. Next thing we do is put it on the motor and see if it needs a different one. Because obviously I don't know. And walk up this side. Actually, my push rod's on that side, so let's do that side. Okay, let's see what we got here. Pull this one out. There's a piston squirter way down in there too. We're not hitting that. Oh no, we got tons of clearance. Oh, that don't work too good. Rickety. Ooh, look at that. Some people might get nervous, huh? Block right there. Exhaust port. Oh, look at that. Exhaust pipe makes the perfect stand. Bingo. Okay. So let's go up here and see if there's any differences in these things. Right now they all look the same. So we're going to take our stand and we're just going to go ahead and lay it up on here. So it looks like there's a flat and a round. And this is flat here. I imagine it sits in some kind of a stand though, but I don't know. Looks like it sits pretty flat in there. Let's see what we got for hardware here. We have hardware. We have lots of hardware. It's a big bag of unknown goodies in here. There's all the junk in there. Okay, there's stands and nuts and covers and all kinds of crap. Okay, so there's a round part. This has oil grooving, so that's going to be toward the rocker. So looks like that goes right like that. We've been pulling off these shim washers, so I'm assuming there's supposed to be some shim washers in here. So let's put a shim washer. These are about 30 thou thick. Bingo. Get that moving there. I'm assuming just use 2 of these. Looks good to me. This is just a standard looking nut, not a lock nut or anything. I think they'd have something holding that on there besides nothing. Good clearance for me, I'm good with that. Okay, well it's not quite square in the head, so see how it's not square in the head. You'd think it would be right on line with that. So we're pretty well centered up on the valve tip here. Looks pretty even. And we're definitely not square over here, so I'm thinking there's something. It must be a rock arm that goes over a little bit. Oh, now we got a lot of clearance now. Okay, just move that over there. That would take up the, we're slightly off center there, so we come up there. If I put a thicker washer here, might move it over a little further. Do we have a thicker washer? Are these all the same? There's some of the thin shim ones in here. Don't think there's room for that. Put that in there though. No, you ain't putting that in there. Okay. So maybe these are different thicknesses. I'd have to measure them all. We do have quite a bit of gap in there. get that one in there. That'd be zero clearance. Jam that thing in there, it'd be real tight. Tighter than I want it to be. I have to measure this stuff. It looks all right there. Why does it fit on one and not the other? That's weird. It fits on that side but not this side. Okay, so if I had to guess, I'd say there's a different rocker arm for that one. Let's try another one. There's some numbers in there I can't read. Let's see, it's a 47 number. It looks like a 47 again. That might be 17 on a 4, I'm not sure. That's definitely a 47. That one. That's a 647. That there looks like a 5 to me. Or is it just my crappy eyes? That's definitely different than the other one. 647. 647, big print. Big print. 647. 647.